Welcome to the Calm the Storm, the Whimsy podcast, where we explore transformative ideas and practices from Kent and Heather McKean's The Metanoia Method.
In each episode, we'll dive into key concepts from the book, discussing how we can apply these insights to our daily lives and foster deeper connections with ourselves and others.
As we go through today's discussion, we invite you to think about how these concepts apply to your own life. Let's dive into our discussion. Is it story time?
No, Kelly. We're talking about chapter 8.
Oh, I have so many stories.
The book that changed your life that you made us read.
I love this book.
I know.
But I love stories.
Well, you're going to have to wait.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Okay, we gotta get to the next verse. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. You blew it the wrong time.
Amazing.
I just would like to say that I feel like this chapter answered some questions for us about being good, how God created us good. Right? Mm-hmm. So we struggled with that when we talk about, are we good? Are we not good? Like God said we were good, right? When he created us. But this line that I have highlighted says, I'm pretty sure Jesus told us that no one lights a lamp and puts it under a bowl, but it's a bushel. Instead, they put it on its stand and it gives light to everyone in the house. Sorry, I went all the way to page 146. You see, the issue is never the lamp. The predicament is never God's creation, you and me. The dilemma is simply the filters, the sin, the deviations from who we really are. That is what Jesus came to set us free from. Free from.
Amen.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that answers our question. Like, we were created good. We were created in his image. We are a light. We're supposed to let our light shine, not hide it, not be insecure about it, not feel like it's something we have to like hover over and not let people see. Like, we were created good. It's all the other junk that gets in the way. Which is what I think maybe we were saying all along. We just didn't know how to word it.
Yeah, and I think that we were talking about like outside of Jesus too. Right. So like God's creation, us, is good.
Yes.
But we as humans, outside of the fall, like in the fall with sin, are not. Right. Our actions are not.
Which is what it says. The predicament is not God's creation.
Right.
It's the filters, the sin, the deviations from who we really are.
Yeah. So it says like the lamp is not good. Or the lamp is good.
Yes.
So that would mean the house, the temple, who we are, like
our creation
is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I just wanted to say, it like took me back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I skipped ahead though. So if you guys have anything before that, I just wanted to sing a little bit.
She just wanted to sing.
Took me back to Sunday school.
I thought it was interesting how it talks here about, so the name of this chapter is Powerful Creators.
Yes.
And it talks about how we were created to be creators. And I would not have said that that's what we were created, that was a creation or a piece of us. You know what I'm saying? Because like not looking at it this way, I wouldn't say that was something that God did in us. But we are created in his image, which means that we are creators ultimately. And so I kind of put this into perspective because I was like, okay, so what does that look like? So number one, so procreation of babies, our creation outside of our power, but used by the creation of God to create. Mm-hmm. And so I thought that was really interesting because that's one of the things that we could create.
Yeah.
Two, just the magnificent things that are throughout history that people have people have created.
Yeah.
So we have lights now. We have phones, all of the things that were given to people to create and to use.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went a little dark here. So the third one is even for evil. And I put here like AI and tools to go beyond what we would comprehend for evil.
Mm-hmm.
So God created us to be creators, and we can use that for his glory, or we can use that to our demise. And so I was processing that in this first chapter.
Yeah.
I mean, in this first page.
You know what this told me? He created us to create really good content.
Right?
Just saying.
Yeah, we have a lot of good content.
What do you got over there, Kelly? I see
looking.
lots of yellow.
I know. I have underlined, I have created you powerfully. Don't think you are. Know you are.
Mm.
And then I just have written in here, I am enough. Because it's easy to forget that.
Yeah. You have to tell yourself that probably every day.
Yep.
And then start to believe it. Write it all over the place. Yeah, get that pen out. She just circled it.
Circle it. Write that on your mirror.
Yes.
Wish everybody could see Crystal's book right now. She doesn't know what to share next because it's not only underlined, but she's got paragraphs everywhere.
Oh my goodness. So I have this underlined here. It says the contemporary Christian world says that we as humans are powerless, broken sinners. And I said here that we are more than conquerors through Christ. So it talks about that in Romans 8:37 and 39, that we are conquerors. So we're broken. Yes, we live in a broken world, but we can conquer that. So we shouldn't look at ourselves as being broken, powerless humans. That's just all we are. Like, no, we're like above that. We were made in the image of God. Animals were not made in the image of God. Angels were not made in the image of God. Like, we have that sense of like the supreme creation, and to use that to conquer, like to be in Christ. But I also said here that we are broken, constantly on the fence about our sin and our actions, because I feel like that's where we lie, in one leg on one side of the fence and another leg on the other side of the fence, constantly saying, am I a conqueror or am I powerless? Conqueror or powerless? Today I'm going to be conqueror. Tomorrow I might be powerless. And just to remember that we are enough.
Right. On page 149 at the bottom, it says, since he made humans in his image, in his likeness, there is no special zapping that needs to be done. It's already there. If we will only take the protective layers and filters off and let the power grow.
I'm going to let you both share until page 154, because then we're going to talk about my anger.
Okay, so let me see here. I really don't have... I had a whole lot in the beginning. I kind of phased out in the middle here.
That's kind of where I started highlighting in, was 154, so...
Okay,
Yeah.
so I have something here. Let's see. So this is the thoughts equals things section on 151. It says, see thoughts are things, actual things. And it says, in my first book, Mind Change, I discuss the chemical makeup of a thought in more detail. For now, just know that the thoughts produce feelings and emotions, and those feelings and emotions create our mood and perceived reality. A perceived reality.
What?
What does that mean?
I might have to read that other book, too.
I choose to be a victim right now. Okay. Chapter 8 is where I get to be a victim. Emotions aren't real. Page 154. At least not in the way you probably think, and I'm going to read it with anger. The classical view of this topic is that emotions are things that happen to you. We are taught incorrectly that emotions are hardwired feelings that we should control, suppress, accept, or release. A buzz phrase today is to be triggered. For example, someone or something does or says something, and it triggers an emotion and a stress response in us. We wrongly believe that we have little or no control over the trigger and are therefore powerless to deal with it. This still implies that something outside of us is causing a reaction inside of us, because it is. Okay, next. So emotions, I go all the way down.
Yeah.
So emotions are our own personal creation. There's not a question mark in the book, but there's a question mark in my mind.
There's an exclamation point next to that.
Taking the victor mindset, that means if we acknowledge that it is our creation, we can also decide to create something different. This places responsibility right back where it belongs inside us. At this point, yes, you may be feeling a little uncomfortable because yes, I am. And I feel triggered. Says a great many people have spent the last decade or two trying to get in touch with their emotions, only to find out they are simply making a best guess at what they are feeling. The implications of understanding this perfectly designed engineering achievement are huge. If we are the creators of our emotion, then it stands to reason we could create an emotionally fulfilling life. Am I saying emotions are useless or should be avoided? By no means. Emotions provide incredible insight into our internal wiring. Okay.
Oh, here she goes.
What?
I don't like it. My brain hurts reading that.
I don't completely agree with this. And nobody's going to change my mind right now because I choose to be a victim.
Hey, isn't this the first process of change admitting it?
Yes.
Here it is.
And I'm not ready to let go of this yet, okay? This takes me all the way back to counseling and when I first got married. And somebody looked at me when I wanted them to fix my husband and say, you can choose how you feel. And I said, absolutely, I cannot choose how I feel.
Oh my gosh.
I'm angry.
I can see this.
I can choose how I respond to how I feel. I don't choose how I feel, though. I can't. I can't. I don't agree with that. I just don't. Okay. A feeling is a feeling. It's there.
Why?
I don't know. I can't control what the folders are up in my brain.
So funny.
But I don't look
She is like
so mad.
Angry.
She's
like red in the face.
Shaking her head.
And right now, I'm choosing to yell in the microphone because of how I feel. But this book triggered me, and I didn't choose that. Maybe
sure?
I didn't. Yes. I'm sure.
Chose to be triggered.
No. It's like the worst thing ever when somebody says, I can't make you feel that way. But yes, you can. You can hurt my feelings. I don't have to choose to sit in them, but we can hurt each other. We can. You can't change my mind. Your eyes are trying to, but they can't.
My eyes are just in shock by this whole thing. I'm not trying to change nothing.
My arms are crossed. I
don't have anything to say right now.
That's fine.
I don't even know
you
what to
probably
say.
Shouldn't.
I have a comment written on my book.
Is it probably contradicts everything I just said, but go ahead and read it.
No, but yes, maybe. So it says, I wrote this, so this is not from the book. Must create a different emotion. Fix the bad emotion. Do I want to? No. Can I?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I have done it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Wait, whoa. You too.
No, we're not fighting. This is good. This is good.
We can't say no and yes for 8 minutes straight. Ow!
Oh, how did that feel? Could you choose how that just felt?
Did you put that into delete, distort, or generalize? Because those are the three that you can put them into.
I just pinched her, and she said, ow. She didn't get to choose how that felt. It just felt that way. Oh my.
You can,
Sorry.
you can have feelings. It's saying emotions.
But what is an
But that
emotion?
hurts.
I'm sorry.
I can break my arm and I can still be in pain.
What is the difference between an emotion and a feeling? Isn't it the same thing?
I don't
I
think
don't
it
think
is.
it is. So I think a feeling is
Did I really hurt you that
It's
much?
okay. I'll
emotion
survive.
is happy, angry,
Yes.
sad, those things. And I feel, hear me out, I feel that those can be manipulated into what we want them to be.
It says emotion is a complex experience involving subjective feeling, physiological changes, and behavioral responses to a specific event or situation.
So is pain an emotion? I wouldn't say that that's an emotion. I would say pain is a result of...
Okay, feeling says an emotional state or reaction. To me, that is the same thing.
Okay.
Those definitions sound the same to me.
So you can, I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. So
I'm mad at the book, not you.
I know, but hear me. I don't
And my
want you to be
counselor
mad at me.
20 years ago.
But I want you to take this into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
You had a vaginal delivery
Yeah.
because you chose to have that pain because of a,
You mean unmedicated?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And that pain is not the same as an emotional reaction to something.
Yes. So the physical example was just me being angry.
I'm just saying, like, let's separate.
So they are separated.
Okay.
I was just in the moment. But an emotional reaction to me is not the same thing as an emotion. This is saying you can create your emotion. I can control my reaction to my emotion is what I'm saying. My emotion is the feelings that I'm having. Is that not true?
No, I would agree, but I think that you can create those.
I just don't know.
Kelly's looking at
My
us
brain just hurts thinking about all of this. So when I read this book the first time, I didn't spend a whole lot of time on that because I'm like,
it friggin' triggered me.
I can tell.
So if somebody that is supposed to love me says to me, "You're ugly. Maybe if you lost weight, you could get a boyfriend." I'm supposed to choose that makes me happy?
No, I think that it's the expectation that you have coming from that person.
Well, isn't it okay to have some expectations of certain people? Like, there are relationships that you should be able to have some sort of expectations about.
I think that there is a relationship that is... So I would, an expectation is something that you put on somebody that they can't fulfill. Mm-hmm. And so that takes them outside of the realm of being able to create those emotions for you.
Yeah, but I still feel like it makes sense that something would hurt.
I mean, I think that that's true.
But this is saying
But
I'm
you
creating
created
that.
that.
I just don't agree with that. I'm sorry, Kent and Heather.
I don't think
agree.
you have to agree.
I
don't think that you have to.
I'll die on this victim hill. Bury me a victim.
There you be a victim. Right here. Put the stake in. Oh my gosh.
It made me laugh when it says, "You might be feeling a little uncomfortable." Just a little.
It's amazing.
Okay.
All right. So this Daisy and Wilma story.
Yeah, Kelly moves on.
I'm moving on.
It's fine.
So you got Daisy who shows up to church, ready to roll, excited about the day. Can't wait to see everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's some deep conversations going on. She gets kind of like pushed away, like, don't come here right now. And she just moves on and is just happy.
Yeah.
Then Wilma rolls in later and thinks everybody's talking about her.
Yeah. It's true.
And she's reading into everything that's not even what's really happening. So who are you, Daisy or Wilma?
I'm Daisy.
I'm Daisy.
I'm totally Wilma.
Yes, for sure.
What in the heck is wrong with me?
Nothing.
No, it is wrong. Hello? Why do I live in this body? Like, why do I not let all that go?
It's emotions
Apparently
that
I
you're
need
creating.
healing.
Yes.
And I got these emotions that I just created.
No, that is not the same thing. If you're going into an environment and you choose to say, this is what they're saying about me, this is what they're thinking, I'm going into this situation already negative and planning for it to go wrong, that is not the same as a moment where something happens and makes you feel something.
Wow.
Just saying. But Wilma, most of the time people are not talking about you.
I know.
Or they're like,
Wilma,
she's
we love
amazing.
you.
Yeah. I think most people think Wilma's amazing.
I would, everyone.
All the daisies
Like,
are
all
like,
the daisies
Wilma's
are like,
here.
Wilma, yeah, come on, have some fun with us, Wilma. And she's like, oh gosh, like they're talking about me because they want me to come over to their circle. Well, we want you to come to our circle because we love you.
Yeah.
So listen, daisies are out there minding their own business. They don't even think that they're hurt. Like, who knows what you're thinking that they're saying about you, because they're just out there like,
Yes.
who knows?
I do have some Wilma moments.
Sure. I mean, and I think that everyone can have both.
Well, I think I can have both. I'm not
Yes.
stuck in a Wilma body.
But if you were, what would that look like?
What do you think Wilma looks like?
A white dress with the pearl necklace and the red hair. Oh, is that friend Wilma?
Wilma. Actually, Wilma. I never even thought of Wilma as that.
Even when she described it, I was
know,
like, now I
white
get it.
pearl.
Yes.
Okay, Wilma.
Oh, sorry. I feel angry. I wonder if everything can bring me back.
This is terrible. This right here.
Yes.
It says whatever we focus on, we get more of.
It's true.
That's a bunch of junk.
That's why you get a bunch of junk.
That's why you get a bunch of junk. Okay, so I'm going to go on to 157. When we're talking about this activating, I can't say that word.
Reticular?
Reticular? Is it?
I don't know. Let's spell it. RETICULAR.
Thanks, Siri.
Activating system. So it's basically the setting of our minds.
Yes.
So it says here, the Bible instructs numerous times to set your mind, heart, face, hope, eyes, and desires. Colossians 3:2 says, set your mind on the things above, not on the earthly things. The word set is, I'm guessing it's in Greek.
Yes.
Which literally means to direct one's mind to a thing to seek and strive for. It is the exercise the mind intensively like a laser focus. So like intensely setting your mind towards something.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote here, I know that I can set my mind to eat better. The question isn't, can I? The question is, do I want to?
Mm-hmm.
And so like I put this in here because I have experienced multiple times setting my mind, doing what it takes to stop eating terrible, losing weight, being healthy. I can set my mind to that. So I put this part of like food as the mindset because I feel like that's where I currently am struggling the most. Like literally know that I can do this. I can set my mind. I can change that thought process to do something that I set my mind to do. I don't want to.
Yeah. You want to feel the way you felt when you set your mind to it.
But it's hard.
But you want to feel that way while you eat a whole loaf of bread.
Right.
At least that's how I feel.
Or like a whole bag of chips and dip. Like that's what I want.
Yeah.
Like that, while I'm eating it, I feel great.
Cookie dough.
Yes. And then afterward, I'm like, well, I just said that I was going to set my mind to not doing this, and I just did it.
Yeah.
And so So I know I can.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We, all three of us, know that we can set our mind to whatever we want it to be and do it.
Yeah.
Why is it so hard?
It's hard. So this time, I finally jumped back on a little over a week ago.
Yeah, me too.
Because
I hugged you and I was
last year at this time, I felt good. I didn't have brain fog. I had energy. I knew that the food I was eating was fuel. So, like, the problem is we eat to live. We need to eat to live, not live to eat.
Yeah,
and that's where I was
supposed to eat to live, but that's
I was
not
living
what we do.
to eat. So I was eating awful things. I felt bad. And I'm like, enough is enough.
Yeah.
I can't do this anymore. Like, I just need to, in my brain, tell myself I need to eat what's good for my body. Like, I know what's good for my body. I just need to do it. So I was doing really well. I did mess up one day after I was in the emergency room. I had a couple pieces of sourdough bread because I didn't have much else. I needed to do something. So, but other than that, I've been on track.
She confessing.
Yeah,
about
she
her
is
sourdough
confessing
bread.
about
Well,
her
I did
sourdough bread,
because
but I
was
see
sick
it all
all
over her
day.
face
Yeah.
how thin she already is.
Thanks. And I haven't even lost that much.
Just inflammation.
Yeah, it's weird.
But that's like the hardest part for me.
Yeah.
It's like I have the ability to change my mindset. I have an ability to make this, to activate this system
Yep.
inside of me to do it. And I don't want to
I know.
because it's so hard.
It is hard.
Why? I got a whole another book over here.
Before we move on, I just need to be mad about one more thing.
I'll probably debunk it, but
No, you won't.
Oh.
You'll agree with me. I can just, if Aaron edits this, I can just see him disagreeing with everything I said because he'll say, you don't actually feel cold outside in super chilly blizzard weather unless you choose to feel cold. You can choose to be warm. And I'm like, you Looney Tune. I will never agree with you. Okay, I just need to get that out there so he knows.
he is not wrong.
I don't agree.
He is not wrong.
I will
It
never-
is a choice to
Nope.
feel cold.
No. And he said to me one time something about being cold. It's cold out here. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Are you choosing to feel cold right now? I just need to point that out because he's going to be disagreeing with me through this whole episode. And I just want him to know I will die on this hill.
That's amazing. He probably will edit this one. It's going to be difficult.
Good luck for you, Aaron.
Oh, man. So as said here, I look at food. I can read the book. I can watch videos, listen to podcasts about how others have accomplished their goals. But my goals will only stay thoughts or goals unless I act on them on my own power to make it happen. If not, my goals will not be worth anything, just a waste of my time.
Wow.
That's from me. It is a waste of time if I do nothing about it.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me angry. So you're angry about the emotions?
Wait a second, though. It makes you angry or you're creating anger?
Oh, I'm creating anger. Oh, actually, I think that's very honest about that. I think I am creating anger. Because nothing about that's angry.
That's not what you said, though. You said it makes me feel angry.
I'm sorry. I think I should write that in a book or something because that was quite a
Probably.
quote.
Yeah.
Kidding. You won't agree.
I won't. I agree with that.
No, I'm just kidding.
All I'm saying. Okay. I don't know.
Now I'm hungry. I could go for a steak right now. Some butter. Ooh, I made brown butter bites.
It was so nasty.
I bet it's not nasty.
It makes me feel gross and gaggy. So I have to just say this. If you believe that you're bad at math, you probably will be. If you believe you're a good friend, you most likely will be. This RAS, whatever that is, we described it earlier, but I don't remember what the words are, helps you see what you want to see, and in so doing influences your actions.
And it says, let's revisit Daisy and Wilma.
Yes.
See the RAS at work.
So Wilma arrives at church already planning what she expects to find. Now, there's a line in this about Wilma that I can relate to, though, because it says, when Wilma became a Christian, she was unconsciously drawn to the familiarity of feeling not good enough. From her experience with her parents, try as she might, she would never actually be able to live up to the expectation they had for her. Through this filter, she experienced God as an ever watchful but never pleased authority in her life. And this is what I can relate to, and I put stars next to. Though she intellectually understood she could never earn her salvation, it didn't stop the belief that she needed to try. So I just had a conversation with somebody and said, the bad things you do, the good things you do, how often you go to church, none of that determines having a relationship with God or not. Like, Jesus saved us. He died on the cross. Like, do you believe that? Do you accept him? But even though I know all of that, it doesn't mean that I'm not constantly like, what else do I need to do? Am I pleasing you, God? Like, is this what you want from me? And I think that's okay, but not so that I can earn my salvation, which is still in me, I think. I feel like if I'm not doing enough, is it going to go away?
Right.
Where did you read that at so that I can just make sure that I'm...
I'm right here.
Okay. So you said something that was interesting to me, and I can't find the word right now. Oh, here it is. So from her experience with her parents, try as she might, she would never actually be able to live up to the expectations they had for her.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that they put things on her that she wasn't able to accomplish. And so, like, going back to the expectations and the emotions that are in all of that, you asked, like, shouldn't we put expectations on people? And I would say no.
No, I more mean, like, as a parent, should my kids not have the expectation that I will love them? I think they should be able to expect that. Well, should they not have the expectation that I will take care of them?
So I think that there's a difference between expectation and knowing, right?
I don't know what that means.
So they know that you love them. So there's not an expectation put there that you're going to love them. You love them no matter what. And it's not an expectation based. So I don't love you because you do something. I love you. You should know, like, that I love you.
Well, maybe expectation isn't the right word.
Maybe it's not.
Yeah.
But it was just interesting to me that the word expectation came up here again.
Yeah.
She does not want to hear about it.
No, it's fine. I don't agree with what the book says about it. That's all. It's the only part of the book that's wrong. So far. I'm just kidding. I feel reading this chapter like Wilma felt. At the end of this page, it says Wilma's view of authority was already damaged and she would attend these meetings with her emotional dukes up. Wilma is stuck in a survival feedback loop, and her go-to mechanism for this is the fight response. Every part of her body language, physical posture, and emotional default is set to fight mode. So when I was talking about this, like, I literally had my arms crossed.
Fight mode.
I was mad.
You were.
I pinched you. I'm sorry. I even pinched.
It's interesting to me because from this perspective, so say I was a Wilma and I was projecting all of these things coming from a Daisy point of view, or like that's who my personality is, I would not go. I would not show up to those things.
True.
Like if I had on me all of those, like, oh, they're talking about me and this is happening and all of these things that I was creating as a Daisy, I would be like, heck no, I'm not going there. Like, and so from that perspective, it's interesting to me that Wilma still showed up.
Mm-hmm.
My response would be like, see ya, real quick.
True.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's a lot of determination on a person's part too.
Yeah.
To still go knowing that you feel that way. I'm just saying, like, I didn't use that word because I was trying to like stab you a little bit. I just used that word because I think that that's the word that we use.
Okay. All right. One more thing each.
Oh, man. I don't know. Hillary's got stare eyes, thinking about her emotions and getting angry.
Mm-hmm.
She's got angry eyebrows.
I do not. How are you going to pick, Crystal?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
So I think that what I have underlined the most is about the perception. So it says, I've mentioned the word perception numerous times, so I think it is worth digging into a bit. What is perception? It is the way that the body takes in the information from the outside world. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, perception is the process of becoming aware or conscious of a thing or things in general. The state of being aware. Consciousness, understanding. This requires the use of one or more of the senses to process data. To be perceivable, the object must be understood by the mind through sight, sound, taste, touch, or smell. To interpret that sensation is what is known as perception. And I'm like, oh, whoa. I don't think I have ever thought of that in any of those senses.
Okay. It says in here on page 162, in time, we unconsciously become addicted to our problems, our unfavorable circumstances, or our unhealthy relationships. These automatic reactions are based on emotions resulting from chemicals interacting with your cells, and we can become addicted to the sensations. Yes, even if the sensations are negative. We become so familiar with our addictive emotions that they start seeming normal. Let's consider for a minute that what I am saying is true. Doesn't it change everything? It should. This is true metanoia. We need to change our minds about what we think about our minds.
Mm-hmm. Where do you begin?
I don't know.
Can I tell you a story? So I didn't know my brain was possible of handling some of the things that I'm still processing. But so before I was married and before I had Aaron in my life and things, I didn't think. I literally don't think I thought about things. I just did things. Mm-hmm. And that's just what I did. So if it didn't work, I just did the next thing. And if that didn't work, then I just did the next thing. I never put thoughts together in any order in which made sense. So I was like a trial by error person. I'll just keep doing it until I get it right. So after marrying Aaron, he is a very thought-provoking person. And so everything he does is thought about. Literally everything that he does, he thinks about it. And so this concept of one day he was like, what are you thinking about? And I literally said to him, I don't have any thoughts.
Which is so funny. That's the man thing to say.
Right? Because I didn't have any thoughts. I literally had no thoughts in my brain. I didn't work like that.
Yeah, I wish.
And so he was like, so I said, well, what are you thinking about? And he was like, well, what am I not thinking about? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that your mind could expand in that kind of sense at all. So then fast forward 19 years, we've been married for 19 years. I've had his thought process. I've had him like process my thoughts or, you know, all these things. So I'm now constantly like able to, like, when I look at this book and I'm like, I have thoughts that I can write out in here. 18 years ago would not have ever been, like 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that because I didn't have a thought process. So I've developed over time my brain. A couple weeks ago, I am driving in the car to take Strider to a birthday party. And out of nowhere, I'm thinking, so like I have all these thoughts going through my head and I'm like, oh gosh, I have all these thoughts. Like, where did they come from? Like, you know, 10 years ago, I wouldn't have had any thoughts in my brain. I would just have been driving down the road. And so then I was processing my thoughts and I was thinking about what I was thinking. And I was like, what in the world? And so I told him, like, on our anniversary, I was like, without you provoking my brain to actually think about who, what, where, when, all of those things inside of me, I would not be able to think or have thoughts that are beyond me. And like, so when you read this and you say like, we need to change our minds about what we think or how we think about our minds. And like, we think about those 100 billion neurons that are inside of our brains and how they are filing all of these thoughts and all these things. It blew my mind while I was thinking about my thinking. Oh my gosh. That I was even capable of doing that. And like, he was like, oh my gosh. He was like, what? He was like blown away because I would have never, he's like, you're thinking about what you're thinking about? And I was like, oh gosh. He's like, you have gone to the other side. And I was like, I know, because I didn't think that my brain was capable of doing that. But I have seen how that has changed for me. And so I feel the emotion of the thoughts that are in my brain. Just, I know that we can do that mind change can happen. And so it was just a crazy experience for me.
Well, let's just wrap this up by saying, if you want to talk through how to handle your emotions and feelings, don't come to me.
Thank you for listening to a production from Family Simple Media and the CSW Podcast. Follow, like, and subscribe at CSW Podcast on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. That was me.
And I can eat a snack while I talk. What was
But like,
it's like,
oh my gosh, that was what happened to you in the interview.
It's like a Demigorgon.
Not the Demigorgon again.
Oh my gosh.
It keeps happening during like the most serious
Moments. Like,